Hey everyone, this is Yasmin. I wanted to share you this the story of mine when I was in first year of my medical college. That was one experience I just want to tell you all this about. What happened was we had anatomy practicals. In my first year, you all know we do the dissection wala part and everything. Anatomy is like it is like, you know, you have to prepare yourself daily to go and smell those cadavers, and the smell is horrible, I tell you. But we got used to it, and then we did not even care. There came a time that we stopped caring about it. So yes, that was really a really good thing, which we realized it like after term passed, after the second term passed, we were in the third term. I realized it at that moment that this is indeed a blessing to learn from a subject, learn from a real body. Instead of diagrams and illustrations and animations, you are learning directly from a body which was once a living thing. Okay, a damn living thing. So you are studying from that particular body by your own self. You are searching for so many structures, and that's just beautiful. Okay, so yes, this experience is related to my first year. As far as I remember, it was my second term, and we were from past few practicals, we were searching muscles. Okay, then we moved on to neck triangles. Okay, so we dissect the neck part and we search for triangles. There are certain boundaries, such imaginary boundaries, and we search for structures over there. So what happened, I'm explaining this in detail just for the viewers who are not from the medicine field. Okay, what happens is professor comes, he instructs what to do and why to do and how to do, and he leaves. Okay, then he comes after like 45 minutes or 1 hour or something, and then he keeps on like observing, but he just leaves for a period. And what happens then, we have to search and we have to show that to professor. So this is how anatomy practical works. So what happened, past few practicals, there were this two persons or like 2-3 people who used to be always in the front, and I was among the I'm very moody, so I did not realize at that moment that it is such a blessing to be able to learn from cadavers by dissection. I used to be actively participating, but there were some few times where I did not feel like giving my participation. I hated the smell. So there were these few practicals where this particular people which I talked about just now, they used to be in the front line and they used to do everything, literally everything. And when the professor comes back, they used to present everything, that we found these are the findings, and we found these particular structures, this is how the muscle works, and all these things. So what happened, I had this feeling that why am I not doing, even though I had the potential. It was not something that I cannot do. It was like, if I want to, I would do that, and I would do better than anyone else. So I used to continuously get these thoughts that Yasmin, you can do all these things, and you have that potential, you can give your best, and even you can present in front of teachers, in front of professors what you have found, and you can literally gain knowledge from this. Then why are you not doing this? Then one day I decided that for whatever we get the next practical, it was the anatomy practical going on, and again those people were presenting to teacher, and the professor really appreciated, and he said, okay, next in the next practical we'll be doing so and so. He told us we'll be doing neck triangles, all these triangles you have to find, so read about it. Okay, so we got this instructions. Now what happened, I decided that for the next practical, I'll prepare really well, and I will learn about all the topics that have been assigned to us, and I will dissect. Okay, what I thought, I intended for the next practical, and I read about it, I did my side of the job. But the next morning, I don't know if my alarm rang or not that day, but I could not wake up on time, and usually the timing is I step out of the house at 7:55 and I catch the train. Usually I reach to the hospital, to our college, by 9, we can say 9:15. But at that day, I did not wake up at 7. I did not wake up at 7:10. Neither did I wake up at 7:15 or 25 or even 30. I did not wake up till 7:30. When I woke up, I saw the timing and it was 7:35. Damn, 7:35. Now, okay, what happens usually is, when I wake up at such a timing, I'm like, okay, now you have left the practical, because now you will not be able to catch the train. So just leave the practical and go. You can sleep now, wake up after 2 hours, and then leave for the college, and then go and attend the lectures. Okay, so this was how this was the attitude of mine in first year, and still I do have this. But so this was how my mindset was. So yes, so but that day what happened, I was literally stunned looking at the timing, and I was like, oh no, oh shit, I have to reach the college. I don't know, I cannot miss this practical. I have learned about the topic, I have read about the topic, and now I have to go and do the dissection no matter what. Okay, I had this dedication the moment I opened my eyes. Okay, so now what happened is it was 7:35 and I leave the house, as I told you, I step out of the house daily at 7:55. So now we are left with 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes doesn't make any sense. But guess what? I stepped out of the house at 7:55. Let me tell you how. At 7:35 I woke up. I just brushed my teeth, the clothes, I pressed it like really roughly. I don't know how did I manage to press that, and I pressed it and I prepared my damn tiffin. I skipped shower that day, and I completely confessed this thing. And you know, I'll tell about this later on. So yes, I skipped the shower that day, and I prepared my meal. I packed my lunchbox, and you know, my bag is also all set. And I don't know how did I manage to do that all in 20 minutes. I was all ready, and I stepped out of the house at 7:55. Reached college on time because I stepped out of the house at time. Let me tell you what happened that day. I attended the practical. What happened is, we have one neck because we have one cadaver over there. Now in one neck we have the two sides, the triangles, like this is the midline. Okay, we got two sides. Okay, so we were like trying to find the digastric triangle, the carotid triangle. Now I was dissecting the neck, and at that moment what happened, when I started to dissect, okay, on the cadaver, there were few people, okay, there were few people, like few of my classmates, like one or two, they told me, okay, I'll be seeing from so and so person, because okay, they do it nicely and they have been doing it really long. So okay, you also dissect, and you can also dissect. They were telling me that you can also dissect. This person will also be dissecting, and will be looking at the structures from the dissection done by this particular person and not from you. I will be studying from the dissection done by this and this person. They clearly told me. Okay, it was like one or two people, I don't want to name anyone. Okay, so they told me that I'll be, okay, looking at from this particular dissection, because they doubted. I was like, okay, and now we've got one neck. And it was like for the clear vision, you have to tilt the neck a bit, a bit to one side. Now the question arises where the neck should be tilted. Okay, so I was doing the dissection from one side. I tilted the neck to one side. Now that person was doing the dissection, and he tilted from, okay, whatever the person was, that person tilted from this side. So that was a kind of cold war at that time. But I wanted to do, and I decided to do, and I was doing my work because I went there first and I want to dissect. That's it. Okay, so that's it. So I wanted to dissect. Now what happened was, then finally professor came and he told to dissect, to get the neck tilted to one side, because I was dissecting it really well, by the way. And the professor told us to just tilt a little bit of this side. I was dissecting this side. I got the clear vision and I dissected really well. Now what happened was, that person was also dissecting, and then after the professor went away, we again kept the neck in the middle. Okay, neither this side nor that side, it was in the center. Okay, so now we both were dissecting, and what happened, we were done with the dissection, and I found all the structures. I was so glad I found all the structures, and I don't know about the other person, but I did my well and I found all the structures. That was the achievement. Okay, so now what happened, when the professor arrived, that particular person was not able to find so many like literally the structure that he was trying to find, and I could find the sternocleidomastoid, the sternohyoid, sternothyroid, and I remember this so clear. Okay, I also found the omohyoid, the superior and the inferior belly. I could literally imagine that. Okay, so I know about the carotid triangle, and I also found the internal jugular vein. I also found a common carotid. So it was like I literally got the structures because I gave my best. Okay, so I found the structures, and when professor arrived to ask us about the practical, and he asked us, and I started and I presented everything that I could possibly find, and I told him about everything that I have found, And I showed him that this is internal jugular, common carotid, and when he moved to the next person who was dissecting on the other side, he could not found the structure. So it was like, I was happy because I found it. I was not happy. I was happy not because he could not found it. I was happy that I found it. So it was my achievement that made me happy. So yes, so I presented all the structures and sir literally appreciated me and I achieved what I wanted. Now comes really a good scenario. What happened was, after teacher went away and teacher told us now you can just leave and clean yourself and you can leave now. So now comes all the people, all those people who used to be in the front line, who used to find things, and also the person who told me directly that I will not be seeing from you, I'll be seeing from this and this person. Even all those people came and stand beside me and he told us, can you just repeat what you have found today? That was another thing, you know. It was not, look, this is not a thing about ego, or this was not something about, okay, now you came to me. No, not like that. It was something, what I learned from this was, I did not doubt myself. I believed in myself. I was, you know, people were doubting me, and at that time also, at that particular moment, people doubted me, and in fact, they told me on my face that I'll not be starting from this particular dissection that you are doing. I'll be starting from, I'll be viewing all the structures from this particular person and not from you. They were polite with that tone, but somehow that could have affected me negatively. That could have built this, you know, sense of doubt in me, but that did not. And I continued to believe in myself, and I still gave my best. Even if the environment was being negative, I still gave my best. Okay, and that's all I remember. So at that particular moment, when all those particular people, this group of people, when came to me and they told me like, can you show us what are the structures that you have found today? And I presented all those structures, like this is the internal jugular, this is which muscle is what, and which is omohyoid, and everything I told them, okay, at that day. And I was so damn proud of myself, because it was not, it was about, I kept believing in myself, and that what matters. So what is the conclusion from this entire story? First very important thing, that it is never too late. I'm telling you, it is never too late. Even, can you imagine, I used to wake up at 7 and maximum at 7:05. And at that day, I woke up at 7:35. I still remember the timing, because that day was magical. And even if I was obstructed in so many ways, I was not able to wake up on time, and then you know, you have to catch the train and all these things. And nextly, you know, people around you matters, and people around you were being a little bit of negative, although they were not so bad in tone. I want to tell you all, they all are good. Okay, my classmates are good, but that could have somehow affected me, and that could have built a sense of you know, underconfidence in me. But I did not give up on myself, and that is what I wanted to tell you all. I just wanted to tell you all that stop giving up and stop underestimating your potential. If you think for a little bit that you can do this, then you definitely can do that. And that will not happen by sitting at home and keeping your hands on hands and, you know, breathing and letting things go. No, you have to give your 110%. And what I was happy for more was that my professor appreciated me, which I wanted. And second thing, that even if the surrounding is, you know, doubting on you, and they are trying to bring you down intentionally or unintentionally, even if they are trying to bring you down unintentionally, still you have to believe in yourself, because nobody else will believe in you, and they don't have to. You have to believe in yourself, and that is how it will work. It will work because you did not give up on yourself. It will work because you did not stop believing in yourself. It will work because you stayed persistent, you stayed dedicated. I was so damn dedicated at that day, I cannot tell you now. I was so damn dedicated. I just looked at my particular one vision. I had this one tunnel vision, we say. I had that, and I just had this dissection hall in front of my eyes all this way from the moment I, you know, woke up. I had this particular dissection hall, and I just wanted to reach there on time. Okay, that was my only goal, because I have prepared myself. I have to perform there. Okay, all this or something will happen when I reach there. So my first goal was to reach there. and I could only see that particular scenario, and that happened, and that happened so beautifully. It is not like a great success story, but you can learn from these things. And what you can learn is, first thing, don't give up. Do not give up. Even if you think you are too late, still don't not give up. And second thing is, even if people around you are doubting you, they are trying to bring you down intentionally or unintentionally, still you have to believe in yourself, and you have to keep on doing things that will bring results. Okay, I did that, and I saw the circumstances. I was so proud of myself at that day, and that's it. It was really a beautiful day, and I was so happy. I'm so glad. Thank you for watching this video. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep studying, stay healthy. Goodbye.